Alright, good morning everyone. It's Mayo. I just woke up like a few minutes ago. If you can't tell by the fucking sun rising. I got shit to do today, so I'm like, fuck it. I'm gonna record this video right now while I have the time. Because I've been meaning to put this video out, but I've been meaning to clean it, like fully detail the outside and the inside, but I just haven't had the time to do so. Or the right equipment, so yeah. But anyway, this is my new car. This is a 2006 Nissan Sentra SCR SpecV. So it's like the top trim model. Has a 175 horsepower engine. Here we go. So this is the QR25DE, better known as the Nissan Altima engine, because this is the engine found inside the Altima. But this one, unlike the Altima, isn't a CVT transmission that's gonna grenade itself after 70,000 miles. Rather, it is a 6-speed manual transmission that is actually fairly robust. It's pretty good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then reverse. The reverse in this car kind of acts like a Subaru, a little way, because it is like a Honda to where it is to the right and down, but unlike a Honda and like a Subaru, you pull up on the collar and push it to the side and then pull it down. So yeah. But the interior, relatively speaking, that's a random picture of a black family I found yesterday. I thought it would be funny if I just put it in my gauge cluster, so I did. It'll be coming out soon. I don't know. I just thought it was hilarious because I just found it yesterday and I'm like, you know what, fuck it, I'm putting this in my car. I think it's funny as hell. So yeah. But I mean, the interior, for being an old Nissan, isn't horrible. It's not the best, but it's like not the worst. I am gonna get the OEM floor mats though. I don't know if I'm gonna get the Nismo ones or if I should get the black ones. I don't even know if you can find the Nismo ones anymore. And if you can, it's probably gonna be overpriced as hell because people are like, oh, they're not making these anymore. And you know, it says Nismo on it, so you know. But the interior is not horrible for an old Nissan. I mean, the biggest thing is like this. This is like the biggest thing right here, but it still works. And it still shuts. I mean, what more can you ask for? Yeah, sure, it's cracked, but it works. At least it works, right? Another thing that's a gripe for me is these climate vents here. They're very, very like stiff. Like they're very stiff and super hard to move. So, I mean, they're plastic. I thought about taking some WD-40 to them, but again, they're plastic, so I don't know if that would, that would really affect it in any way. So, but I did find stuff on eBay to replace this along with this. So I'm like, okay, cool. We're gonna replace this and this whole thing. Might as well replace the climate vents as well, because it's just a good preventative maintenance thing. And especially since these climate vents are super old and like all hard to move and shit, and they're like really stiff. These ones though, these ones are fine. This one's fine and the driver's side is fine over there, but these two are just no. The glove box does this. Yeah, the glove box does that. It just falls out really easily. I don't know. I mean, it's an old Nissan. What do you expect? Here, hold on. I gotta put it back in place. Look. Yeah, I mean, it's an old Nissan, so the build quality on the inside isn't the greatest. But I mean, it works, I guess. Cup holders right here, which you can't put anything in because I got my albums right here. And my Deftones album is blocking everything, so. And you're probably like, oh, Mayo, why don't you just do this? Yeah, I have space, sure, but look at this. There's so much play in here. It happened to me once. I was driving along and I come to a stop where I was like accelerating real hard, and then everything just fucking just poured out, and I'm like, oh fuck. So that is why this is here. So these cup holders are not usable. Yeah, but it is a sedan, which is my first ever sedan actually, considering I have owned coupes my whole, life so far. Ow, fuck. I've only owned coupes, so having a sedan is a lot different. But I mean, the back seats, they have room, I guess. You can fit 5 people in here, albeit not very comfortably, but you can fit 5 people in here. The back seats aren't, I mean, they work. Yeah, they work, but they're not the most comfortable things in the world. There's not like a lot of room back here. But I mean, if you're just like driving around town or whatever, or like, on like a quick little trip, yeah, if you have friends and you're driving around town or like on a little trip or something, yeah, sure, the back seats will do. But if you're like with your friends on like a long road trip, these back seats aren't going to work that well, and whoever's sitting back here won't be happy. And they're sitting behind me, of course, because, I'm short and I need my space up there to be able to drive so I can push the clutch in and all that stuff. But the back seats work, and that's really all that matters, honestly. And yes, I got my car in sunburst yellow, so this thing sticks out like a sore thumb, which is a good thing and a bad thing. A good thing if you're trying to be, it's a good thing because, well, it's I mean, not many cars on the road are typically colored yellow, but this one is. So, and I like this yellow. It's like a darker yellow, but not like a super bright yellow. The paint is in relatively good condition, I'd say. I mean, older Nissans from this era don't have the best paint jobs, but this one, it kind of, there's like some places where you can't really fix it. The front bumper here, you can't really see it on camera, but from this angle, maybe you guys can see a little more. No, you really can't see that well on camera. But the front bumper, you can't really fix the paint. I mean, I could try. One of the door handles here, you can't fix it. Like, yeah, see, there you go. You can see like the clear coat fading. The side mirrors, yeah, they look okay. Again, you can't really see it that well on camera, but you can see the clear coat fading. But the really bad part is the bumper, the rear bumper. This thing is fucking done. This rear bumper is completely done. You can see this on camera. The clear coat's faded. It's like banana yellow. So, yeah, but at least the rear spoiler is okay. Which, keep in mind, this spoiler is actually pretty big, if I do say so myself. I thought the one on my FG2 was big. This thing is just like, you couldn't literally see it in the rear view. But it doesn't obstruct your vision like a WRX, STI, Evo, whatever. Let's pop it up. Some lower control arms back here. I bought the car with having the lower control arms being replaced. I do not know how to replace the control arms, so yeah, that ain't happening. And I can't do it at my shop because my shop's like, oh no, you can't bring your own tools. I'm like, okay, fair enough. Here's a grease gun I found yesterday. It was just abandoned, and I'm like, oh hey, it still works, so I took it. So I have a grease gun now. Other than that, the trunk isn't amazing. You got some decent storage in here, but but if you're going on a road trip with friends, you can probably bring like 1 or 2 things of luggage, maybe 3. All the wheels are OEM, they're original, but every single one of them is missing a center cap. I'm gonna order some, or maybe just get another set of wheels. Under the hood is completely stock. It's over the K9 filter over there, and I have some headers I'm gonna be putting on here soon. I just bought some headers, and I'm going to be putting them on here soon. So, but it's gonna be a lot of work though, because the alternator's right here. And the headers are bigger, so the fans need to be replaced. So I'm like, fuck it. If I'm replacing the fans, I might as well redo the whole cooling system. And that's exactly what I'm gonna do. So after I take the headers, after I take the exhaust manifold off, should redo the whole cooling system. Thermostat housing's right there. I have the radiator, I have the coolant hoses. I'm not reusing these clamps because fuck these hose clamps, the devil's clamps. Yeah, the belt needs to be taken, or the belt needs to be loosened, the alternator needs to be taken off in order to get access. Maybe. I really don't want to take the alternator off, but if I have to, then, well, so be it. But yeah, QR25. What more can I say? But yeah, let's take it for a little spin. And there's something else I noticed about this car. I just think it's interesting. I think it's pretty cool, actually. So, when you put the key in the ignition and you have the door open or leave the lights on or whatever, the chime in this car sounds like an old Dodge. Yeah, I don't know why. The chime in this car.
Comedians, my favorite thing to do. I love shooting a crap with hilarious men and women from around the world.
What the fuck? Yeah, no, that's the thing with this car. It sounds like an old Dodge, like the chime for it. Don't know why. Because after this, Nissan went to like the beep, or the beep, 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 beep. Trying to copy Honda. But so the windows down and windows fucking windows up. Took me a second to think there. I'm like, what should I do? But yeah, let's take it for a little spin. Oh yeah. Here's the glove box. Shit works. Yeah, let's go. And the motor, yeah, it's a double overhead cam engine, and it only revs to like 62 or 6300 RPM. But it's still good enough. I mean, it's still fun. And it has something called CVTCS or some shit like that, which is Nissan's like kind of VTEC. It's not Neo VVL. Neo VVL is more like Nissan's VTEC, but the CVTCS or whatever stands for like continuously variable timing control system or some shit like that. So above 5,000 RPM, you'll be able to. I don't know how it really works. I don't know. Just listen. So it's hard to hear, especially with like a stock car, but above 5,000 RPM, there's things on like the intake. I think there's two sets of intake runners or some shit like that. And at 5,000 RPM, the other one engages and basically opens the valve, opens it up more, more air, more fuel, more power. I mean, it's not like VTEC, but if anything, the Neo VVL is like VTEC. But unfortunately, over here in the States, we never got any Nissan Neo VVL engines. We ain't got no SR20 VEs or SR16 VEs, unfortunately, because those engines are really freaking cool, and I would love to have one. Which is one thing I've said before, that in this car, if the motor, if I ever like blew the motor or whatever on this car, then I would. Shit, my bad. I was wondering like, who the fuck's honking at me? I'm like, oh wait, it's my dumbass, bruh. Yeah, so if I do anything in this car that I like normally wouldn't do, if I'm like a bad driver, I'm just like, I'll blame it on the QR25. I got that big Ultima energy. I got that big Ultima energy now. I'm like, what? You drive a Sentra? Nah, it has an Ultima engine, bro. I got that Ultima energy. I got that big Ultima energy. But now, that's one thing I said before, is that if I ever blew the motor in this car, I'd replace it with an SR20 VE. I thought about maybe an SR20 DET, but the turbocharged SR20s are like crazy expensive. The VEs slightly less so. But yeah, that's my new car. I'm gonna go home now, and I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do some dumbass shit, so don't worry about it. But yeah, that's my new car. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure to leave a like or a dislike or whatever the hell you want to leave, or don't even do anything at all. Comment down below if you want. No one else is except for Herman. Love you, Herman. And yeah, subscribe and make sure to hit that bell so you know the single time I upload. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Later.